This episode really highlights, Harris, the central tension between the acting attorney general and the House committee with oversight. Let me just tell you how we got here. About 3 weeks ago, there were negotiations between the Justice Department and the House committee over the acting attorney general's appearance during public testimony. That's what's scheduled for tomorrow. The Justice Department's position is that the acting attorney general, Matt Whitaker, agreed in good faith, volunteered to come to the committee and to testify, and that they've spent weeks preparing him to do so. What the Justice Department has told the committee is that if they take what they describe as the unusual step of issuing a subpoena, Matt Whitaker will not appear on Capitol Hill tomorrow as scheduled. And the reason they say that's the case is because they believe this is an unprecedented step that's meant by the Democrats to create a spectacle and further antagonize this tense relationship between the Oversight Committee and the Justice Department. Now, on the other side, Democrats have talked about issuing the subpoena and then getting the authority to issue the subpoena because they want to be sure that Matt Whitaker asks specific questions about why he did not recuse himself from the special counsel Robert Mueller probe, and also previous statements that he's made about the investigation, and also details about where it stands. So that's how the two sides break down, Harris.
Wrote that down. So he agreed. He talked about in this letter, which I read to our viewers just off the top of this newscast, to come in, and he was preparing for all of that. And so what you're saying is they subpoenaed then because they want him to answer certain questions. Well, wouldn't he have to answer certain questions anyway, would be my question. But here's the backdrop, Catherine, and this matters too.
Basically, that's right. So just to completely simplify it, what the Justice Department is saying in this statement that we have confirmed here at Fox is that the acting attorney general wants to stick with the original game plan as they saw it and as they negotiated it, which was for him to come voluntarily, publicly testify and answer questions. And what they're saying is that the issuance of a subpoena by House Democrats would be a violation of that negotiation and that agreement, and therefore Whitaker would not attend. Democrats, on the other hand, say we've drafted a subpoena or we've gotten the approvals for a subpoena because we want to be sure that the acting attorney general Matt Whitaker answers all of our questions, which include why he did not recuse himself from oversight of the Mueller probe, as well as his criticism of that investigation, Harris.
And I'm wondering what's happening over in the Senate, if it has anything, any bearing on all of this with Matthew Whitaker, because...
I'm sorry, you broke up right there on my IFB, if you could just
Matthew Whitaker is
that.
about to be out of that job if the full Senate votes like the Senate Judiciary Committee, and I'm reading that there are some Democrats coming on board to support him as well, like Doug Jones in Alabama, a Democrat there, saying that he will vote to confirm William Barr. So Matthew Whitaker is about to be out of that temporary acting AG job, and I don't know if that then puts this in a different light. Just your quick thought, and we'll move on.
Right. Yeah. I'm glad that you raised this issue of timing, because one of the questions is whether the nominee to be Attorney General, William Barr, would be confirmed in time, that it would negate or cancel, if you will, the need to have Matt Whitaker come on the Hill on the House side and publicly testify. The timing has not worked out. We just, in the last few minutes, I was in the committee hearing room on the Senate side. They have voted Barr out of the committee, so we expect a vote, a confirmation vote, as early as next week. But that doesn't make the Whitaker appearance tomorrow moot. Democrats would argue it's even the more important to get him on the Hill and in the seat and answering their questions.